Hi, welcome to the demo of RPA Genie. In this demo, we will learn about the resource activities. So first, we'll see how we can add three new resources to the bot manager using the add resource activity. Then we'll see how to update a resource that we had added previously using the update resource activity. Then we'll move to the get resource value and find the value of a particular resource that we had added previously. Then we will use the get multiple resource value to get all the values of the resources that we had added previously. Then finally, we'll see how we can delete a resource. So first, we will add three add resource activities. In the first add resource activity, in the input section, we can see here a resource field is there. So we need to click the three dots and we need to configure. So first resource that I'm going to add, that would be a text type. So I will give a meaningful name for this resource. So I'll give test resource underscore text. Copy the resource name and I'll give the same description. And the value could be anything. Here I'll just go with hello world. And I'll check the is editable checkbox and I'll click on save. The next add resource, here I'll click on the three dots again. And here the type I'll change to Boolean, since that is the resource that I'm going to add. It'll be a Boolean. So I'll give the resource name as test resource underscore Boolean. Copy and paste the same as description. And the Boolean value here could only be true or false. So I'll just go ahead with true. And then I'll click on save. And for the next add resource, I'll click on the three dots again. And I'll give test resource underscore credentials. And I'll change the type to credential. And give the description as well. And the username, I'm just going to give a dummy username. So the dummy password as well. And I'll click on save. Now let's just click on save all. And let's just click on save all and run the sequence. Okay, now the process is completed. So now we'll just check the bot manager and see if there are new resources have been added. So I'll click on the refresh button and I'll click on the resources tab. So as you can see, it has added three new resources. That is the first one that I've created is a test resource under text. Next one is test resource underscore Boolean. And the next one is underscore credential. So if we click on the edit for each, we can see the description and the value as well. All right. So now we'll go ahead with the next activity, that is the update resource activity. So since I had checked I had ticked the checkbox is editable for the first resource name, we will be able to update that particular resource. But we wouldn't be able to update the other two add resources since I haven't ticked this checkbox for the other two. So I will just delete the add resource, the other two add resource, and I will just disable this. And our resource name is test resource underscore text. So in the update resource, again in the resource field, we need to click on the three dots and give the resource name over here as well. Text. And initially I had given the value as hello world. So the new value, I'm expecting it to change to hi, how are you? And I'll click on save. And I'll run the sequence. We can delete this activity since we no longer need to add it. Now let's just check our bot manager. So this is our resource. So we'll click on edit. So previously it was hello world, and now since I use the update resource activity, the value has changed to hi, how are you? So that's how the update resource activity works. Now let's see how the get resource value activity works. So I'll just delete this one. And I'll drag and drop the get resource value activity. So I'll from the bot manager, I'll just check which resource I need to, the value of which resource I need to get. So I'll go with the same resource, that is the test resource underscore text. I'll try to get this value. So what I need to do for that is I will select the resources from this drop down, and I can search the resource name from here. This is our resource name, test resource underscore test. Then the value should be the output. It should be assigned to a variable. So I'll create a variable for this, which we can use it in the message box. So I'll show you how to do that. So for this, we can create a variable var resource text, and then I'll drag and drop a message box. And in the message field, I can just enter var resource text. Let's just run the sequence. So here we can see it has retrieved the value from the test resource underscore text and displayed it in a message box. All right. Now we will move to the get multiple resource value. Just delete these two. And before we use this activity, we need to create two more variables. This had been already created while getting the resource value. So during that time, we had seen how to create a variable. So I had created that variable var resource text. Then we need to create two more variables, var resource boolean and var resource credentials. Since using this get multiple resource value activity, I'll be displaying the value of all the three resources. So for that, we need to create two more variables. We can just click the add variable and change the type to object. So we need to click on resources and click on add and give the username a resource name. And give the value as the variable. So the value should be assigned to this variable that we have created. So we have a variable var resource text. We saw a while back we had one of the variables as var resource text, and then click on add. For the next resource, it should be boolean. So I'll select that. and assign it to the variable var resource boolean, and next one should be credentials, and we need to assign it to var resource credentials. You can click on save, and we'll drag and drop 3 message box to see the values of each of the resources. So in the first one, it would be var resource text. In the second one, it will be var resource boolean. In the third one, we have 2 values, that is, one is username and password. So how we would need to write this is, for the username, we need to give var resource credential dot username. Then we can add a semicolon in between. And then for the password, var resource credential dot password. And we can click on save. Now let's just click on save all and run the sequence. So the first resource, the first value of the resource, test resource underscore text, has been displayed. Hi, how are you? The next one is the boolean, so that is displayed true. And the next one is the credential, so the username and the semicolon and the password. So that's how we can get the values of multiple resources using the get multiple resource activity. Finally, we will move to the delete resource activity. So we can just drag and drop the delete resource and give the resource name. Click on save all and run the main sequence. So we'll just refresh this bot manager. Click on resources. Here you can see the test resource underscore text resource has been deleted. Now we'll go ahead and delete one more resource, the credential one. So I'll be deleting the test resource underscore credential resource. So I'll run the sequence again. So I'll just go ahead and refresh this bot manager. Click on resources. Yeah, so as you can see, the test resource underscore credential resource has been deleted as well. So that's all for this demo. Thanks for watching.